wanted to show you the inside of the coop. It's all white. Actually, we didn't show him white when he put it on, and it turned all white, so you can see everything is white. It's all been limed. It's a good lime. It's a disinfecting lime. And even the doorways, all of the whole area, everything has been limed. It's clean for our new little girls. And now we'll fill it up down here. Little girls, you explore your new place. You're nice and safe.
It's chore time, so here we are out. It rained last night.
It did.
It's not raining now, which is great.
And we are taking you along on the animals because we haven't taken you along on the animals.
You haven't got to see the journey for a while, so you're going to come along and see what we're doing every morning, every night. Well, we're going to show the morning part right now.
We're not showing every night.
The night is similar, but different.
You saw at the beginning of this video that we moved the chicks into the coop. Now we're going to watch the chicks come out of the coop for the morning.
They've all learned how to come out. Some of them still haven't learned how to go back in at night.
Haven't learned that part.
We're teaching them.
So
they're kids.
Here, come along.
We do a couple of chores. We kind of interleave each other instead of standing side by side. There's several things to do, and some of them don't require two people, some do, and so we kind of separate. I'm going to go let the laying chickens out right now. They're over there. We've been moving them from place to place, and they're over behind the barn now. I'm going to let them out so they can start foraging today. They're doing a great job.
And I am going to let these little ones out. If I don't put a little bit in this right now, then I end up dropping it on their heads because they're all climbing in to get it. We wet our feed down a little bit for them. They like it. And it makes it go further. All right, here they come. Yeah, here's your gravel. All right, little ones.
Ready to go?
All right. So we've still got this much feed left. Quite a bit for those pigs.
Well, down to 2 pigs. We're not having to do as much right now as we would have.
And we are taking them into January. How much did they weigh when you weighed them before?
One, the way we calculated came out to 208, and one was 182.
All right, so we want them to be around 250, and that's what we're...
So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to put water in this. It helps a lot better for
Not
keeping down
wasting
the
it?
waste. Pigs waste, period. That's all there is to it, but there's less waste with this, I think. It seems that way. While we're here, we're going to get the feed ready to go for the broilers. And they have less time left for taking on feed. And we're coming down to the end of the feed on these guys. But with the amount of time that we have, I think we're going to come out about right.
So we finally figured out a good way to feed them. We wear knee pads as we get in and out of their area. Whoops, my knee pad is upside down on that one. And we put the dry feed in their trough.
She's going to show you how that goes.
It works very well.
Oh, the cat's coming over to check us out.
Oh, and look, right over here, we got a cat. Right there. We actually have, 3 cats, and they're all poking their heads out. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. We now have 3 barn cats. 2 of them are pregnant. We are getting all 3 of them fixed when they are done. One is a male, and one was called Hope. It already had a name, and because it was almost dead, they said, when it was born, but now it's 2 years old. And so we decided to name the other little girl Faith, and we thought, well, wouldn't it be great to name them Faith, Hope, and Charity? And we realized that Charity probably wouldn't be a good boy's name, so we named them Faith, Hope, and Charlie.
Hey, pig. You guys hungry? You ready for some food? Here I come. Move over. Why are you waiting? So, I'm trying to move the pigs around as I feed them so they're not always eating in the same place. Now that they have a lot more space to be. The pigs love to eat. They really get after it. And as you can see, the chickens love to join them because there's always something outside of the feeder.
So as you know, we do things the old-fashioned way because we don't have any water spigots out there. So we carry water out there and carry the feed out there. We use Hank to do it with us. And
it's easier than carrying the buckets.
It's so much, we've got it down to a science now, so it's pretty good. This shows how far from up here clear to there that we've moved the chickens right now. And they're doing super well. So from the back here is the way we do the water. From the front is the way we do the feed. We still have 2 that do not have back doors, and we'll just take you along. I'm going to move you to the front and let you see what we do. So let's do it just like yesterday where I was moving. Is that okay?
grass here. There's a mixture of grasses, but there is grass that's here. There's been more. This area here is kind of, some of it's better than the others as far as growing grass. What we're doing is going to improve all of it, but this is what they're coming to. Come and look at where they've been. If you look here, you see where they were yesterday, and they've really got this beaten down.
But it's not so bad.
Lots of chicken manure, still grass here, but you look day by day going back, you can see how it looks there. And it's already starting to recuperate in some of the areas, because it was
especially
so thick.
with the rain.
Yes, yes. So we're anticipating even better grass here in the future. We're excited about it. We're going to go a few more days in this north direction before we turn them around. We want to have enough spots for them this final week so that as we're bringing them back closer to where we're going to be needing them at the end of the time, we're going to move them a couple times a day, just because of their size and the amount of what they're putting down on the ground. It's going to be too much for them, too much filth for them, so we don't want to leave them in there.
So we'll move them morning and night.
We're going to move them morning and night.
We're dispatching a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
And so we've got, what, 8 days then?
8 days. So we figure if we go until like we'll move them Sunday morning, and then we'll turn them around, and then we'll start doing a couple times a day, and that ought to take us back to the end here.
All right, so we would like to talk about the chicken tractors for just a moment. We have all winter to change the design, of which we will change some of them.
Couple of modifications.
So I'm just going to point it out. If you know John Siskovich's, you know that we made those in Oregon, and they're about 2 feet taller than these on the bottom.
They've got a wall that goes down below this on the side.
We chose not to put that in because we were really working on the weight. As you can see, I was able to pull it without any problem, so that's a good thing. But we are going to put on the bottom. Maybe we'll only put a foot on. But the other thing is that we're not going to make the door go all the way to the bottom. We'll have it so that it's a solid, so the door still opens. That way they can't run out when
it'll be hard. They'd have to jump up and come out, so yeah. It'll control them a little bit better. Give a little more height for when we have to go in there to add the feed and the other things that we have to do.
Yep. And we'll have waters for each one and doors on the back of each one. But we have all winter to do that before our spring batch.
Yeah, the only two with the doors are this one and the one at the other end.
And you couldn't see what he was doing here, but there's waters there. He just picks up the water and pours it right in.
But by having the door at this end, a couple of things happens for us. We can get easier access to the water, so that works out well. So the two with the waters in and out, no problem. If we're needing to do something with the chicks, having both ends available, it's not that big a deal to build it into it. Certainly helps us as we're doing it. But I want to say one more thing about the design. We've got these that are peaked with the EMT, like John Siskovich does, and then we have those that are hooped. What we're finding is a couple of things about the hoop that we like more. There's more headroom for both us and the chicks with the domed ones, which is great.
They're lighter.
And we did those with PVC, so they're lighter. So two big pluses in our mind for them, and they look better. I think they look better. They're a bit easier to build. Bend to the EMT, you have to have a jig or a pipe bender, and knowing how to use it. You know, if you're not a well-trained electrician, it's challenging. With the PVC, it's a lot easier to work with.
So it's important that we tell you the changes we're going to make, so that if you try to make it, don't make it the way we've been making it.
One more change that I do want to make is to come up with a float valve that can go into the buckets with a hose with a connector on it that comes out, and then we will connect hoses to these, have water there all the time so that the waters don't need to be refilled. Got to think through that whole design exactly how I want to do it. It's very feasible. Certainly during the warmer weather, it'll be better for us. There you have it.
Okay, one more little tidbit of news. Today is Thursday.
Yes, it is.
We're putting this video on. However, it's raining. We do not know if we're going to be able to have live at 5 today. Our internet,
weather permitting, we will.
Weather permitting, will be on at 5 o'clock Central, even though this video is coming out.
We had our internet worked on our antenna. That was really the problem. It had moved, and I think part of the problem was in the storms. It had moved enough that the storm then took the signal down low enough that it wasn't a problem. So now he's got it set a lot more sturdy. We're hoping that it's good. We'll see today.
Check us out. If we're there, we'll be there. I mean, if we can be there, we'll be there.